Trevor, I've had some news about my legs. I might not be able to walk for the rest of my life. The doctor told me today.
Wow. Does that mean you'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life?
That's right. Apparently, there's a very strong chance. And that's how most cases like this end up. Of course, I'll still give the rehab everything I've got. But there's one more thing. I might not be able to have children anymore, Trevor.
I see. Do you know when you'll be getting discharged?
They say it could be at least 2 months, and that's the early estimate. Ugh, Trevor, this doesn't feel real. I can't believe I got hit by someone playing games on their phone while driving. Not just that, but the driver died in the crash. So I can't even take all this frustration and sadness I'm feeling out on anyone. I know it's not his family's fault, and they're probably suffering too. But when I look at my legs, I just want to scream.
I understand. But I'm just relieved you're still alive, Clarissa.
Thank you.
That reminds me, I've been doing some thinking. If we do some renovations on that place, we can install ramps and things to make it suitable for wheelchair use.
Come on, Trev. I already told you we can't live in that house. My dad wrote clearly in his will that I was only to manage it, and I'm not to move in under any circumstances. We can always look for another place, but can we at least wait until I get discharged from the hospital before we discuss this?
What? Why would we look for another place when you got given a free house? Not only that, but it's big and luxurious, and right near the station to boot. I always wanted to live in a house like that, even if just once. Can we just live there for a little while? Please?
No way. Even if it's only temporary, we can't. Trevor, please, just give up on the house. Will you? For me? I have enough on my plate right now with coming to terms with being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life and rehab. Let's think about our living situation when I get out of the hospital, okay? Trevor, what have you done? Beth from next door sent me an email saying you moved into the house. What's going on?
Huh? Did you already find out? Whoopsie!
What the hell are you playing at? You didn't seriously move in behind my back, did you?
Well, how do I put this? Yes, I did. Come on, babe. It's so wasteful. It makes no sense having a nice big house like this that we don't have to pay rent on, just wasting away getting old without anyone in it. A lot of people would kill to be in this situation.
How many times have I told you? We can't live in that house. No one can live in that house. I even hid the key. Did you go out of your way to find it?
Yeah, what was that all about? You really made me work. I can't believe you hid it in the back of the drawer like that. I was really shocked when you went to such lengths to stop me getting a hold of it.
I hid it to stop exactly this from happening. Oh, I'm begging you, Trevor, please, get out of that house immediately. I'm serious.
Why do you have to be like that? It has a big garden with a fountain, and the living room is enormous. I could really see us building a life here. It would be plain criminal that a house this grand go to waste.
I'm seriously begging you here, Trevor. We can't live there. What do I have to do to make you listen? If you've already moved your stuff in there, then I get it. It'll take time to get it all back out. But can't you at least stay at your mom's for a little while until it's all been dealt with?
No can do. My mom's living here too.
What? What the hell?
My mom's gonna be living here too. She really likes it. Plus, I feel bad for her having her live all alone in that old apartment of hers. She gets lonely, you know. It would hardly be fair for me to live in a big luxurious house like this while my poor mom slums it out in a cheap apartment.
You've left me no choice here, Trevor. I'm calling the police. I'll tell them you broke in.
Whoa now! Slow down, woman! Jeez! Why would you do something so insane? What the hell's gotten into you? God, you're the stingiest person I've ever met. Why the hell are you like this? Actually, I got a pretty good idea. I bet you were plotting to sell the house and keep all the money to yourself, weren't you?
What are you talking about?
I bet you're surprised I've got you all figured out, huh? I'm a very smart guy, Clarissa, and I can spot a scheming tightwad from a mile away. Your dad's inheritance money, the compensation from the accident, and finally, the money you were planning on pocketing from selling this house. You were gonna hog it all to yourself, weren't you? From your own husband, no less. You need to get your head examined, woman.
Hog it all to myself? What are you talking about? Yeah, I did get some inheritance money, but I already put it away in a savings account to help us get by when we retire. But compensation from the accident? I didn't freaking want any compensation, Trevor. All I want is to walk again. I'm in a wheelchair, and all you're harping on about is money, for goodness sake. And I'm the one who needs to get my head examined? You're sick. I had no intention of selling the house in the first place, but you seem to have this idea of me as a kind of scheming money grubber.
I talked to my mom, too. She thinks me and you should get a divorce. And you know what? I agree.
Huh?
We had to address the elephant in the room. You can't have kids, can you? Your womb is more barren than the Sahara Desert, babe. Now, here's the crux of the issue. I like kids. I want some of my own someday. If you can't give me what I want, I think I have pretty solid grounds to divorce you on.
Oh my god. You're horrible.
Listen, Clarissa, I know you're going through a lot right now, and I feel awful dropping a bomb on you like this. But you're not the only one done hard by this. I've been putting up with an awful lot of crap from you myself. You've never helped me or my family out, despite the fact that your dad made a lot of money in real estate. All while you knew we were struggling financially. Don't you think that's horrible? You're hardly a saint, are you? Then there's your unhealthy obsession with saving money. Constantly whining at me when I want to blow some steam by heading down to the casino or going on holiday every now and then.
Why would my dad have any obligation to help you? Our finances are our finances, and his were his. Surely we should get by somehow on our own without expecting handouts.
Look, there it is! That right there, that's exactly what I mean! Our standard of living should be a hell of a lot higher than it is right now.
What the hell? I don't even recognize you anymore, Trevor. Where did this hateful man come from? I can't believe you're saying all this to me when my dad's barely been gone a few months.
I guess that's just the kind of guy I am. It's not my fault you had your head in the sand. Anyway, I'm taking the house when we split your asset. Shouldn't be a problem if you can't live there yourself anyway, right?
Huh?
If you can't live there, the only thing for it is for me and my mom to have it all to ourselves. Aren't you forgetting a little something? I'm waiting. Any moment now. Congratulations on the new house, honey. Right? I'm sure you're gonna say it. Any moment now. Oh yeah, and my mom absolutely loves the place. She said she could see herself living here for the rest of her life. She's staying in what would have been your room if you weren't such a tightwad. Realistically though, a detached house would be no good for you, what with not being able to walk and being in a wheelchair and all.
I see. There's one last thing I feel I have a duty to tell you. I haven't lived in that house once.
Huh? You never lived here? Why not? You're lying, right? Why would you lie about something so trivial? Kinda sad. It looks like it's been cleaned recently. Everything is so shiny. Besides, there's furniture too.
All I do is clean it once every few months. Want to know why? Because a spirit medium advised me to. It's haunted. Someone was murdered in that house.
Murdered? So someone was here?
That's right.
Cut it out! You really think I'm gonna fall for something like that? You're so transparent! Everything's so clean and well maintained, it looks brand new! There aren't any stains or anything! It doesn't have that kind of atmosphere at all.
Because my dad had it renovated and all of the traces of that day removed. Feel free to investigate it on the internet if you don't believe me.
Okay, you're right. I did find some stuff, but so what? Just because someone got murdered here doesn't mean no one can live here ever again. Right? That's crazy talk, right? Babe, that is crazy talk, isn't it?
Normally, it would be. But that house is different. I didn't believe it myself either the first time my dad told me this. But apparently, everyone who lives in that house ends up losing their minds. The old owner could feel something happening inside him, and he was so terrified that he spoke to my dad, who was a close friend of his. My dad had ties to several spirit mediums due to his old job, and ultimately agreed to take the place off his friend's hands, thinking he could manage it from a safe distance. But all of his efforts to deal with the problem while he was alive failed.
What? So what the hell am I supposed to do?
Oh, I take it you believe me now then?
No! I never said I believe you. It's still crazy talk. A haunted house? Give me a break. You think real life is some kind of movie?
Now that you mention it, Trevor, I do seem to have a faint recollection of you being absolutely terrified of horror movies and dark, grisly things in general. That's why I went out of my way not to tell you.
I'm not afraid. Like I'd be afraid of things like that. It all depends on how you look at things. A matter of perspective. I found some articles about it on the net, and the murder was 20 years ago. Ancient history doesn't faze me. I'm not scared at all. I think you really should get your head examined if you actually believe in haunted houses. To think you actually paid good money to keep an empty house clean on the advice of a spirit medium in this day and age. Are you all right in the head? There are meds you could take for this, you know.
Now that I'm over the shock of you being brazen enough to move in with your mom behind my back, I'm actually kind of relieved. I don't care what happens to you if it means I can finally get rid of the place. You can have it, Trevor. The house is yours. If we get a divorce on top of that, you'll have everything you wanted.
That's right. Even if I do have any problems, I can always just sell it. I'm pleased we were able to settle this like responsible adults. Here's to us and our fresh starts in life. Clarissa? I'm begging you, pick up the phone. Something as strange is happening to my mom. Please! Clarissa! I'm begging you!
I told you not to bother contacting me again. I heard you moved your new girlfriend into the house the moment we broke up, too. Why the heck would I want to talk to you? Chances are you were probably cheating on me since before the breakup. You really are despicable.
It wasn't like that. I just happened to meet her on the day we divorced, I swear.
Anyways, I don't want to talk to you. Would you stop buying new phones to bother me with? I'll talk to the police if you don't cut it out. I mean it. This is harassment.
Don't, please! What am I meant to do? You blocked me the moment I messaged you. I had no choice.
Why do you think that is?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. Please, Clarissa. I'll even pay you compensation. I'll do anything. Please, just help me. I don't know who else to turn to. It's just like you said. You were right about everything.
I'm sure you're capable of dealing with it yourself. It's all a matter of perspective after all, right?
That's what I thought. But I was wrong. There really is something strange going on in that house.
That's what I've been telling you the whole time. Oh, you're impossible. You're the one who moved in behind my back, though. You were dead set on it. You were in love with the place.
I already moved out. My mom and girlfriend can't handle all the creepy stuff that keeps happening either. They're moving out soon too.
Wait, what? You left them both there?
Just for a few days.
You really are the lowest of the low. Just when I thought you couldn't get any worse. They must be so stressed. That said, the last time I met your mom, she did call me a sterile good-for-nothing with no future. So I can't say I care too much about what happens to her.
I'm begging you! I'll do anything! What should I do? Please tell me! Anything will do! All I want is some advice. I've been through at least 7 spirit mediums I found online by this point, and despite them all being super expensive, it hasn't stopped!
That's because most of the ones you'll find on the internet are scammers.
Well, introduce me to the ones you know then! The worst thing is that no real estate companies are interested in buying! I've literally contacted every agent in the state, and they all start making excuses as soon as I tell them the address! I don't know what to do! I feel so lost!
It was a pretty famous incident. That's why my dad was managing it from a distance, by way of showing respect to the victim. No self-respecting professional would go anywhere near that place, so it's no surprise you're struggling to find a buyer. You're the one who is so desperate to live there. Clean up your own mess.
Please, Clarissa! I feel like I'm gonna lose my own mind if this carries on! I can't take much more! You know what I'm talking about, right? You heard about what happened to everyone who lived here, didn't you? Why won't you help me? I'm literally begging you here! Have you no heart? I bet you're involved in this somehow!
Sure, we can go with that if you like. I guess that's just the kind of girl I am.
Please! Help me! I haven't eaten in days! Clarissa! Pick up the damn phone!
You're right. Maybe I am being a little cold. Okay, Ewan, I'll give you one final message. Congratulations on your new home, honey. You really can have everything to yourself now. They might not all have been things you wanted, though. After that, Trevor's mom's behavior became more disturbing by the day. I heard she eventually got taken away in a white van and now lives in a mental institution. I wanted to tell myself I didn't care because they weren't my problem anymore. But I was worried in spite of myself and decided to speak to Trevor about the house one last time. When I say worried, I was more worried someone might end up trying to buy the place without realizing what they were getting themselves into. The truth is, I was skeptical myself at first because it only started out as a scary story that my dad told me. But I was genuinely shaken up when I heard that Trevor's mom got taken to a mental hospital because she was acting so strange. After our discussion, we agreed to keep Trevor's name on the deed, and he agreed to continue to clean the house out of respect for the dead. For the time being, he's going to continue covering all the expenses on the place until he can find someone who will either take it off his hands or deal with it in a permanent fashion. His girlfriend dumped him not long after our last messages, which probably had something to do with the way he abandoned her scared out of her wits in a creepy old house. He also started taking more and more time off of work, and it started to look like he might get fired. But even still, he just yelled at his boss, "No, it's the house's fault." To be honest, I think Trevor only has himself to blame. I had no idea my dad's final wish would turn into this. Being free from my scumbag of an ex-husband now, I think this could end up being a great thing for me. On that note, my doctor asked me out on a date a few days ago. We're going out for pizza next Friday. Could this be what they mean when they say, when one door closes, another one opens? One thing's for sure, I intend on keeping that door firmly locked forever. Oh yeah, there was one more shocking development. As soon as I transferred the name on the deed to the house to Trevor, my legs gradually started working again. I can walk again now, despite being told I'll probably be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. I'd like to think it was just a coincidence, but I really don't know.
Hassan, are you still at work?
Why the heck are you messaging me out of the blue like this? I got off work hours ago.
It's just getting really late and I was worried about you, that's all. Are you on your way home now?
No, I stopped by the casino for a few rounds on the slots.
Hassan, you're on the slots again? Seriously? I know it's your only hobby, so I don't want to give you too much of a hard time. But don't you think you've been overdoing it a little lately?
What's the problem? I'm not hurting anyone. It's my money, and it's up to me how I spend it. I've got it. Why don't you come with me next time? Maybe then you'll see how fun it is and get off my back. I just know you'll love it.
No, I'm good, thanks. Look, Hassan, just tell me what time you plan on staying there till tonight, okay? Have you eaten? I was going to make you some supper, but if it gets much later, I'm going to bed.
I want some supper. Problem is, I keep hitting the jackpot, and it's making it hard to leave. I've got a feeling I've got a few more wins in me, so I'm gonna stay till my luck runs out.
How long will that take?
Well, at the rate I'm going, a few weeks. Seriously, babe, I'm killing it tonight. If I keep this up, that Ferrari I've been thinking about won't just be a dream anymore. Sorry to say, but I'll probably be here till they close for the night.
Until closing time? Listen, Hassan, I haven't been feeling great today. Remember how I said something felt off when I woke up? You said you'd be home straight after work, didn't you?
I did. I don't remember that. Besides, have you got the energy to be nagging at me this late hour? You can't be that ill.
Stop it, Hassan. Now you're just being childish. Ugh, whatever. Do as you please. If you take much longer, I'm going to bed. I'll probably be asleep when you get home.
It's cool. Get some sleep. You're feeling under the weather, right? If you got enough time on your hands to be complaining at me, you should really just get some rest instead. Wouldn't want to make yourself even more ill, would you?
No. There's one last thing I need to ask you. This has really been bugging me lately. Where are you getting the money to be playing the slots every day?
What do you mean, where am I getting it? From the hard-earned money earned in my own wallet, of course. Where did that question even come from? What is it with you tonight? I thought you were going to bed.
Didn't you say the other day you already ran out of money this month? You said you'd even used up the extra cash I gave you to keep you going until payday, after promising you'd make it last. You lost it in one go on the slots last week, didn't you?
Oh, I did? I don't remember that last week. Last week? No, nothing, nada. Are you sure you didn't just mishear me? In fact, you actually have a hearing problem? Because you always seem to be accusing me of stuff I have no memory of.
You showed me your empty wallet, Hassan. This shouldn't be happening. We both agreed I would be the one in charge of managing your personal expenses. There's no way I'm wrong on this, and I find it impossible to believe your memory is that bad, Hassan. Are you there? Ignoring me isn't going to get us anywhere, is it? Can you just explain yourself already? Where are you getting your slot money from?
Oh yeah, I just remembered. I did use up the money you gave me a little earlier than usual this month. It's all about that.
Huh? What about it?
Well, here's the thing. I hesitated about telling you straight away because I thought you'd be angry, but at the same time, I did need more money. So I borrowed some more from my mom.
Huh? From your mom? Are you joking?
No, I'm 100% serious. You have no idea how relieved I was when she said yes. I don't know what I'd have done without her. Hey, I didn't tell her that I was gonna use it on the slots, though. Make sure you keep that little detail quiet, alright? Can you do that for me? She'll flip a switch on me if she finds out.
God, you're impossible, Hassan. I'm at my wit's end. I just don't know what to do with you anymore. Do you have no issue with lying to your own mom?
Chill out, it's fine. I didn't strictly lie, I just didn't tell her. Besides, I'll pay her back if I win today. And even if I don't, I'll definitely pay her back next month when I get paid.
That's not the point. Ugh, I get a headache every time we talk these days. What the hell happened to you, Hassan? You know what? Forget it. I don't even want to reply. Just get yourself home ASAP. You shouldn't be out on the slots this late, especially not when you're gambling with someone else's money.
Jeez, take a chill pill, would you, babe? You do know how it's my day off tomorrow, right? What's the problem if I'm home late?
This is not a negotiation.
Fine, point taken. I'll be back soon. Make sure my supper's ready on the table.
Hassan, I'm so sorry about this, but can you get home on short notice? Are you at work?
Why? No, I'm not. Did something happen?
I think I'm taking a turn for the worse. My stomach's in agony, my head's pounding, and I'm so dizzy it feels like the living room's spinning. I need you to get me to the hospital.
Damn, seriously? That's not good. You got a fever?
About 39 degrees. It's difficult for me to stand. I collapsed a few minutes ago.
You collapsed? Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
I think I collapsed from the dizziness from standing up too fast. When I tried getting up from the sofa, I knocked some things off the table as I went down. But thankfully, I landed on the carpet, so I'm not injured. But Hassan, I feel horrendous. This is the worst I've ever felt. Please, can you come and get me? I'm begging you. I can't afford a taxi because of all the money I've been giving you lately. And calling an ambulance would pretty much bankrupt us. Please, can you take me to the ER?
I mean, like right now, this instant?
Yes, honey. I need you now. Please. Can't you make it?
Look, babe, I really want to come and get you, but the thing is, I'm in the middle of a huge wind streak right now. There's no way I can leave. I'm on fire.
A huge wind streak? Wait, what? But you told me you got a call from the boss about something that needed doing urgently at the office.
Sure I did, but think about it. If I told you the truth, you'd just flip out at me again like you always do. It was only yesterday you were grilling me about my finances for the 754th time this week.
Is that a crime? It's only natural for me to be upset about what you're doing. You're a grown man, for crying out loud. It's bad enough that you have to borrow money from your mom in the first place. The fact you're blowing it all at the casino is even worse. Are you incapable of reflecting on your behavior? Do you not see what you're doing is the problem?
It's not that I don't self-reflect, and I get that there might be room for improvement in some areas. It's just that I had this unshakable feeling that I was gonna win big time today. I figured if I didn't hit the slots, I'd lose out. And lo and behold, I'm on the win streak of my life. Honestly, babe, you wouldn't believe it. There's even a small crowd gathering behind me as we speak.
Wow, amazing. Well done. Ugh, just forget about all this nonsense. I'm not well, Hassan. I can barely stand and I feel like I might pass out at any moment. I need you to come and take me to the hospital, please. I'm begging you. You have no idea how awful I feel.
We own this, Sweet Pea. How many times do I gotta tell you? Are you even listening to me? I'll give you a hint. Reread my messages if you're struggling.
Are you even listening to me? I don't even know if I'm gonna be conscious long enough to finish this conversation. This is no time for messing around.
Messing around? I'll never be more serious about anything. I've been waiting my whole life for a win streak like this, and you have the nerve to go demanding I chauffeur you to the hospital right in the middle of it. Besides, you can get to the hospital by yourself. Just walk or hitchhike or something. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're a grown woman. Forget once a year. This is a kind of win streak that only comes by once in a lifetime. Like hell am I about to throw it all away by walking out when the gods of luck are smiling on me. You should try being more considerate for a change. You're not the only person in the world, you know. I have a life of my own.
That's enough. I've had it with you. Regardless of whatever's wrong with me right now, the stress of speaking to you is guaranteed to send me to an early grave. I can't take it anymore, Hassan. I've reached my limit.
Oh, you seem mad. You're not mad with me, are you? I'm sorry, babe.
So will you take me then?
I'm afraid that's not gonna be possible. Well, listen, how does this sound? If I win big, I promise to take you out and treat you to a lavish meal at a 5-star restaurant. So take a chill bill.
Wow, you mean you'll treat me to a meal with the money me and your mom gave you? You're such a gentleman. Enough. I can't take it anymore. I'll go to the hospital on my own. Do as you please.
Ah, gotcha. So you are capable of making it on your own after all. Why didn't you just say so from the get-go? In that case, what the heck was all the fuss about? You just like nagging at me, don't you? Whatever, I'm just glad you're finally being honest with me. Be careful on the way, okay, babe? I'll do my best to win big so I can take you out somewhere nice when you get out. Yo, Winona, I'm home. Where are you? I can't find you in the house anywhere. Did you go somewhere?
Your parents' house.
My mom's place. Is there a reason for that? Wait, why would you go to my mom's? Didn't you say you were so ill you could barely stand?
And whose fault do you think that is, boy?
What the? Boy? Why are you speaking to me like that? Are you trying to say it's my fault you're ill?
Who else's fault would it be?
I see, so that's your attitude, is it? What a shame! It just so happens I won big time on the slots. And I was just about to suggest taking you out to a nice fancy restaurant as a treat, but if that's how you're gonna speak to me, you're clearly not interested in going. I'll give you one more chance to start showing me the respect I deserve. You sure you want to keep this up?
Respect? Don't screw around with me, boy. Is this the way you behave when your wife collapses with a fever? Instead of coming to help, you sit wasting your time and throwing away your money at the slots? Do you really think this is acceptable? Explain yourself right now.
You've got some nerve to talk about acceptable when you're speaking to me like that. Stop calling me boy. I'm a grown man, damn it. Get off your high horse for no one. Besides, it's not like I wasn't worried about you. I might have been racking up Iron Man numbers on the slots, but really, my heart was with you. That's why I'm messaging you right now. Let's face it, though. If you're well enough to be making social visits at my mom's place, you were clearly never that ill to begin with. Not only that, but you've even got enough energy to flip out at me. To be honest, you seem no different than normal.
You have no idea how disappointed I am in you, boy. It's no wonder why Winona has reached her wit's end with you.
Oh, what did you just say? This is Winona I'm speaking to, right?
Your wife says she ran out of patience for you. I want to make it clear that she has my full support in her decision.
This is making like zero sense to me right now. My head hurts. Is this Winona? What is this? Some kind of game? Some kind of prank? A joke? Stop messing me around, woman. This isn't funny.
Riona's asleep right now. She's tossing and turning in a sweaty delirium with a fever so high it could nearly heat up my house through the winter. She looked ready to collapse at any moment when she got here.
Wait, Mom? Aha! You did say Winona was at yours and Dad's house, didn't you? I think I understand what's going on now.
Exactly. I kept up the act because I wanted to see how you'd respond. When I saw you messaged her, I was praying you did it because you were concerned for her well-being. As your mother, I desperately clung to the hope that you had even a shred of goodness or decency somewhere inside you. I wanted nothing more than to believe that you weren't as selfish and heartless as she was saying, but it seems like my hopes were unfounded.
Whoa, isn't that a bit harsh, Mom? I don't really understand what you're getting at here. Selfish, heartless? Where the hell is all this coming from?
Didn't I just tell you? That's what your wife said about you. Why don't you have a good thing about what she might mean?
I got no idea, I swear. Wait, does this mean Winona's gonna be staying the night at your place? She's asleep, right?
Yes, that's what I just told you. Which is why if you want to speak to her, you're going to have to wait until tomorrow. Before you do that, I suggest you think carefully about what I just said.
Think about what? Like I said, I've got no idea what you're talking about. How many times you want me to say it?
If you don't understand by now, I have nothing more to say. I may be your mother, but I'm not responsible for managing your life. And if you don't understand why what you did is wrong by me, I'm not about to spoon feed you.
Huh? I still have no idea what you're talking about. Fine, whatever. At least Winona will be safe if she's with you. I'll be in touch tomorrow. Hey, Winona. How you feeling, babe? Has the fever gone down at all?
I feel a lot better thanks to your mom. I'm surprised. You actually remembered to message me.
Of course I did. You're my wife, you know. Plus, my mom told me you were asleep last night and that I should message you today. So I did exactly what she said, and here we are. But now what? I still don't know exactly what I'm supposed to say.
Didn't your mom make it clear to you yesterday?
Oh, that? Yes, that. You told me you said I was selfish and heartless and that I should think about why that might be.
Bingo! So did you think about it?
To be honest, I don't understand at all. I didn't even bother thinking about it.
I see. I knew it. This is completely hopeless.
What is? Stop being so cryptic and just tell me already. She was saying all sorts of horrible things to me. But it was all so vague and ambiguous that I couldn't for the life of me figure out what she actually meant. Why do we have to play these games? Why can't you just freaking tell me already?
I read through the chat logs, and on the contrary, I don't think she was saying anything particularly difficult to understand. I'm sure you'd understand in a heartbeat if you thought for even 1 second about how you've been behaving lately.
How I've been behaving lately? And I'm like, how? Did I do something wrong? I'm not psychic, babe. At least give me a hint.
Wow, you genuinely have no self-awareness at all. I guess it's not that surprising, really. No one of any self-awareness would have such a despicable attitude, or do the things you do in the first place.
Despicable attitude. Stop it, Winona. That's crossing the line. I'm just acting the same as I always do. If anyone's acting different, it's you.
Yes, and it's precisely that you're acting the same as you always do that's the problem. You're probably at a casino right now. Am I right? Looking at the time, you're probably queuing up outside as we speak.
Unlucky, so close yet so far. I just got in. That was a pretty good guess, though. How did you know?
It's your day off work today. Based on how you were acting yesterday, it hardly takes a genius to figure out you're back for more. I've never felt so bad about being so right about something.
Oh, why would you feel bad? Don't you think you're being a little dramatic here? Do you have any idea how much money I won yesterday? I'm in the big leagues now, baby! The big leagues, yeehaw! Started out with this much, today should be a breeze.
It's not your winning or losing that breaks my heart, Hassan. It's the fact that you're still able to waltz off to the casino without a care in the world, despite everything that's going on.
How many times I gotta tell you it's up to me what I do on my goddamn days off? And what do you mean by everything that's going on? Did something happen?
Oh, I don't know. Did it? Does your wife collapsed yesterday ring any bells? Even if you're too thick-headed to understand what me and your mom were trying to say to you, you could have come to check on me, or at the very least waited for me at home.
Oh, come on, you're such a drama queen. You seem fine to me. I don't see any problem here. All's well that ends well and all that.
Ugh, this is exactly the problem. I may as well just come out with it at this point. This isn't normal, Hassan.
Oh, how so?
The fact you're still able to go to the casino to blow your other people's money on the slots at a time like this, it's not normal. You're ill and you need help. You're a gambling addict.
Oh, don't be so ridiculous. Why I always gotta blow everything out of proportion? I'm not addicted at all. Stop whenever I want to.
So why don't you then? I'm not blowing it out of proportion at all. If anything, I've been understanding it this whole time to avoid causing a road so explosive it finishes us off for good. Can you seriously claim you don't have a problem when you go as far as lying to your own mother to get hold of more money to fund your self-destructive habit? It's not normal at all.
Okay, fine. Let's say I do sometimes do things that maybe other people don't do. Even if that were the case, what exactly is the problem? I have a decent job where I work and make money of my own. It's not like I'm homeless or committing crime. And I do the bare minimum of what's expected of any functioning member of society.
Your job's the only way you could possibly be described as a functioning member of society. You practically live at the casino, and your marriage is in shambles. You never do anything to help out at home.
Huh? Our marriage is in shambles? What's that supposed to mean?
It means those damn slot machines are more important to you than your own wife. Our marriage is nothing more than a statistic on the census at this point. I can't take it anymore. I want a divorce.
Whoa, hold on a sec. Why you gotta start talking crazy all of a sudden? Divorce? That's preposterous. You say I'm the one who doesn't care about you, but you divorce me over this? Are you feeling okay? I think you're still ill, sweetie.
The fact you're surprised I want a divorce after everything you've put me through is a testament to how detached from reality you are. It's actually scary.
No, it's too much and it's too sudden. We're adults and we should talk about this like adults. If my hobby is such a huge problem for you, then you divorce me over it. Why didn't you say so earlier? Don't you think it's a little unfair to stay quiet this whole time and spring it on me out of nowhere like this?
This might be the first time I've mentioned divorce, but I've been making it abundantly clear how unhappy I am with how much time and money you've been spending at the casino lately. The signs were there, but you weren't willing to pay any attention to them. I gave you plenty of time to realize too. You're the one who couldn't drag yourself away from your precious slot machines for long enough to think about the future of your marriage. I can't take this anymore. I've run out of patience, Hassan. There will be no more compromises.
I can't believe you're being like this, babe. I mean, seriously? This divorce is ridiculous, and I won't acknowledge it.
Whether you acknowledge it or not makes no difference. Because as awfully as you've treated me, I still have one ally.
An ally? Who?
Your mother. After seeing your attitude yesterday while I lied, tossing and turning in a delirious sweat with a fever so high it could melt ice caps, she demanded I divorce you immediately.
Wow, my own mother? Look how you will gang up on me and try and paint me as some evil cartoon villain. This is pathetic, you cowards. This is absurd.
You're right. It is absurd. But the only one responsible for creating this absurd situation is you. You know what? I'm done fighting it. I'm beat. I'm not capable of providing you the help you need. You need to see a professional.
Minota, please! Won't you just rethink the divorce? I don't know what I'd do without you to rely on. I need you.
I'm not the one you should be relying on. You don't need me. You need a doctor. You're even sicker than I am. After that, with the support and backing of my wonderful mother-in-law, I managed to push through divorce with a stubbornly hesitant Hassan. On top of demanding a hefty sum of compensation for the emotional distress he put me through, we also saw to it that he paid back his mom the money she'd lent him to gamble with. The overall amount he borrowed from her wasn't particularly high, but on top of already struggling to come up with the money he owed me for single-handedly destroying our marriage, it must have felt like a serious weight on his shoulders. Hassan's mom understood that despite her son's abhorrent behavior, he was in the wraps of a crippling addiction and felt he deserved support and compassion, which is why after the divorce, she allowed him to move in with her. Now they're tackling his addiction together. To tell you the truth, I thought she'd cut all ties with him, but she's doing her best to fulfill her duties as a mother in the face of adversity. While I didn't have it in me to stay in contact with Hassan after the divorce, I really admire her patience and understanding. As for whether he'll actually change his ways or not, I have no idea. I just want him to respect my wishes and stay out of my life forever.